front.
Elizabeth to ask a question.
Athensala. Yeah. Just joke. Gender jumping?
Gender jumping, it's a specialty in it. That's an excellent question, actually. I mean, like, what are some of the things you had to think about when you were portraying a little boy? It's not just the voice.
Well, for Ash, for instance, you know, I really do think he's kind of that positive energy that we all have inside of us, and so that in my real life, I've always played sports, but I don't really do that a lot right now. So the idea of being in battles and throwing things, and I kind of just watch the picture and get into him. So it's not really me anymore. So for a lot of the characters I play, whether it's a girl or a boy or some old lady or something, I try to physicalize who they are while I'm in the booth. Like certain characters, I play Amelia on Slayers, and I have to have the microphone up a little higher because she's so way up here that I'm kind of up higher. But for Ash, I'm, you know, down here, really, you know. So I have to kind of get into it a little bit more. And it all depends on who the character is, I think. You kind of embody who they are, not necessarily as a boy or a girl. At least I don't.
Well, I mean, I can't speak to ever. I just know that a lot of the female voice actors in town who excel at playing boy characters, they're able to capture the essence of what that boy energy. And a lot of times, I can't do the little boy voice because there's this energy to it and this thing that they bring to it that some women just don't have in them. And other women are like, maybe they were tomboys as kids, so they understand that kind of energy and that feel. So.
Yeah, I have a child, and I am a child, but I'm around kids a lot, and so there's a different energy that we all have at different stages in our lives, and maybe as actors you try to kind of have that all at once, and so you can, sometimes I think like there's a kid I see all the time, and he has a particular voice quality and the way he is. I think of him sometimes when I have an audition. Like, how would he be?
Right.
Because he's now, I don't know, 11 or something. So I kind of picture that. That way, riding on the subway or the bus is good for me, because then I try to pick out characters.
And it really is like a total body thing, too. We're yes, we're voice actors, but we're constantly using our bodies when we're in front of the microphone. Like, I just played, I think I can talk about this now, I just played Colossus on Joss Whedon's new X-Men series, Astonishing X-Men. And when I was recording that, Colossus, he's obviously a very big guy. So when I was in front of the booth, I would be like this, like puffing my chest out like this, and be very, very close to the mic. But the body was entirely in it, like this, yeah. So the body.
That's a great Count Chocula.
Oh, thank you. That's great. That's great. So yeah, the body's certainly a tool, and you learn to use that. You can't mock me in public.
No, I'm gonna mock myself now. For being naughty, I'm going to say that, I'm talking about, switching genders. If there's a shortage of females in the room for voice like Walla for men, for women, they'll usually say, "Oh, so can we get Tabitha, Marika, and Sam? Can you just fill in for us there for?" Because I'm gonna try, but sometimes if I try and do my best kind of light, kind of airy voice like that, but it's kind of weird and tranny like. But at the same time, when you're filling it in with a bunch of groups, it's good enough. So yeah, I will be the substitute.
That's true.
Yeah.
When the director says, "Okay, all the girls stand up,"
and Sam.
Let's assume.
1, 2, 3. No! Thanks, Sam. No problem.
You're welcome. No problem. Yar.
Have you ever had one of those experiences where you walk in, you get a completely out of left field, entirely insane character to play, and you walk out and you're just thinking, what have I done?
You want to take a shower or something?
All the time.
Almost every day, I think, we kind of go, what are we getting paid to do here, people? It's just, or you look at somebody who's having to do some crazy walla, like somebody's playing a monkey, and they're going, and they're like, they're doing the crazy things, and you go, what are we doing here, people?
Those weird animal sounds and strange characters that are I
It's
don't
very
know where
surreal.
people,
Yeah.
how they think of those things to make us do them, actually.
The strangest, lately, the strangest wall-up thing that we had to do, I'm working on this show called Maya the Bee, which is based on this, I think it was originally a German children's book.
Yeah, and it's running in New York.
Oh, is it? Okay, so they're doing this new CGI children's series. And it's strange. I don't know if it's because it's French produced or I don't know why, but basically there was this scene where the bees, there's a bee nest, and basically the bees were in trouble because there was some kind of a contamination or something, but the only way they could soothe this contamination was with the feces of an ant. So yeah, it was weird.